Hello there, SimOnTrains here. You join me outside Manchester Victoria Railway Station because today I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel called Lines That Were Taken Over Lightly. Now what this series is going to be all about is going to be former railway lines that have been taken over by London Underground, metro services and tram services. And today we're going to be looking at our first one, which will be the Bury Line, which is the very first line that was converted for the Metrolink. So it's now time to look at the maps, and the map on screen now shows the route that I shall be travelling today. The line is 9.9 miles long, or 15.9 kilometres, and has 11 tram stops, which I shall visit all of them en route to Bury, including some disused ones as well. Also want to point out the original route to Bury, which is marked in red on this map, opened by the East Lancashire Railway in 1846, which went via Salford, Clifton Junction to Ratcliffe. The East Lancashire Railway was absorbed into Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway in 1859. So between Manchester, Victoria and Bury is actually 10 miles, and the line was opened in 1879 by the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway. In 1916 it actually saw electrification of the third rail system. The line closed as a BR line on the 17th of August 1991 for conversion to the Metrolink, which opened on the 6th of April 1992. So we're now going to look inside Manchester Victoria Station before we catch a tram to our first tram stop. So I'm now at the tram stop at Manchester Victoria Station. Now this is where the Bury lines actually used to be before they got converted to the Metrolink. But when they were open they actually had a terminus platform before they built the new tram stops. Manchester Victoria Station opened in 1844 by the Manchester and Leeds Railway. So we're going to jump on a tram now to head to our first stop, Queen's Park. So this is the first tram stop en route to Bury. This is Queen's Road. Now between 1879 and 1991 there was never a station here. When it was converted to the Metrolink there was a station here in 1992 as a staff halt until the 16th of December 2013 when it's converted to the Metrolink. So roughly where I'm at now used to be a junction for trains coming off Cheetham Hill Junction. We're going to be moving on to our next tram stop, Abraham Moss. But this tram stop down at Queen's Road and Abraham Moss actually replaced a disused station on the way. So we're going to go to Abraham Moss next, have a look at that tram stop, and then going to walk it to the disused station between these two tram stops. So our next station on the line towards Bury is Abraham Moss. Now this station actually opened on the 11th of April 2011. And if you also notice the platforms are actually staggered too, but it does have two tram stop platforms. Now between Queen's Road and Abraham Moss there is actually a disused railway station slash tram stop called Woodlands Road Station slash tram stop. And we're going to go to this site of the tram stop or railway station right now. So behind me here is the site of the former Woodlands Road railway station / tram stop. Now this opened in 1913 as a halt, but after 1923 the halt was dropped. However, the station closed on the 16th of December 2013, and sometime between 2014 and 2015 it was actually knocked down. But there is still some remnants of the old railway station that you can still see. So we're now back at ep1 tram stop. Our next tram stop will be Kromsol, so we're getting the tram now to get to that next tram stop. So the next stop en route is Kromsol, and this is actually one of the original stations when the line opened in 1879 by the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway. And when Kromsol station opened, it was actually 2 platforms during its heavy rail days and its early stages of the Metrolink. But recently they have added a third platform here, so trams can turn back at Kromsol if they need to. This next station I'm at is actually in fare zone 2 and 3, but this is Balco Bale station. Now this station was actually added later to the network, where it was opened by the London, Midland and Scottish Railway on the 26th September 1938. When it was also opened at the time, the station buildings were inspiration from the London Underground as well. Also at some of the Metrolink stations you can actually see the remnants of the old platforms, how they used to be before they were converted for the Metrolink services. But anyway, we're going to be leaving Balco Bale now because we're going to head to our next tram stop, Heaton Park. So when the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway left Manchester Victoria Station, their first calling point was Kromsol. This is the next calling point after Kromsol, Heaton Park. This station also opened in 1879 by the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway. So Heaton Park Railway Station tram stop took its name from the park next door, which is also called Heaton Park. Now the railway line, but now the Metrolink actually does run under Heaton Park as well, between Balco Bale and Heaton Park. So the tram's just coming in now. We're going to be leaving Heaton Park to move on to our next tram stop, Prestwich. So further up the line from Heaton Park is another railway station that also opened on the same day as the line opened in 1879 by the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway. This is Prestwich Station. So the next tram stop I'm visiting actually has a unique name. It's actually called Bessie's of the Barn. There we are, tram should be arriving now to take us there. So this is a tram stop with a unique name. This is called Bessie's of the Barn. Now, when this was built by the London Bid to the Scottish Rail on the 1st of February 1933, it was actually built as an island platform. It was also a late addition to the railway, this station. Now, the reason this station was built because there was a housing development happening in the area. So the London Bid to the Scottish Railway took advantage of this housing development and built a railway station here at Bessie's of the Barn. At the southern end of Bessie's of the Barn station, you can see that horrible bridge just down there, but that goes over the M60 motorway. Also, by the looks, I think Bessie's of the Barn station actually has some of the original station buildings here as well. But we're going to be moving up the line to the next stop, Whitefield.
Please stand clear of the platform edge as the tram termination and departing will start. Only a step towards the tram. When it has come,
So this next station that I'm at is actually on the Zone 3 and 4 boundary, but this is Whitefield's tram stop. And it used to be a railway station when it opened by the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway in 1879 as one of the original stations on the route when the line opened. I noticed this at Prestwich tram stop, and I noticed this at Whitefield, but some of the Metrolink stops do actually have bus stop shelters here as well. So after leaving Whitefield tram stop, we go under this tunnel, but our next tram stop we shall be visiting is Ratcliffe. The next tram stop up the line is Ratcliffe. And this station also opened in 1879 when it was a railway station at the time by the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway. But when it was opened, it actually had 4 platforms. These 2 platforms that I'm standing on actually still takes you to Bury. But the other 2 platforms which are long gone actually took you to Bolton Trinity Street, which is today's Bolton Railway Station. I'm pretty sure that line closed around 1970, but I'm not 100% sure. Also, you just come down this ramp of Ratcliffe tram stop. Just right here behind me now, a little bit of the original platform lanes that took you from Bolton towards Manchester, just here. Also, Radcliffe actually had 2 different names, Radcliffe New and Radcliffe Central, because this was the second station to be built in Radcliffe. There was a station that opened earlier on called Radcliffe as well, which actually linked to Bury. I shall be leaving Radcliffe tram stop shortly to head to the next tram stop, which is the terminus of the tram line, Bury. So I'm now at the final station on the Bury Line. This is Bury Interchange, but this is not the end of our journey because this station actually opened on the 17th of March 1980 by British Rail. It only saw 11 years as a mainline railway station before it was converted to the Metrolink. But the reason why Bury Interchange station was built, so they could connect with the buses and interchange with trains or now trams with the buses. So I'm going to leave Bury Interchange now to show you where the original terminus of the Manchester Bury Line was. So before Bury Interchange station opened, there was actually another station at the lines from Manchester Victoria, the third rail EMUs actually terminated at. And it's just over here. This is Bury Bolton Street Station on the East Lancashire Heritage Railway. So this station was actually opened on the 20th September 1846 by the East Lancashire Railway. That's not the Heritage Railway, that's the actual train operating company that ran in the day. But British Rail closed this station on the 17th of March 1980 when they replaced it with Bury Interchange. And in 1987 it became part of the East Lancashire Railway, which is now a heritage railway which runs between Haywood and Rawtenstall. Really has been interesting looking at the line between Manchester Victoria and Bury Interchange, looking at some of the sites of the original station when the line opened, some that were late additions to the network, and some tram stops that opened after the conversion from the heavy rail to the Metrolink. And it really has been interesting to get up here. And then we walked into Bury Bolton Street Station because this is where the original line ended for the third rail system, the Class 504 EMUs that served from Manchester Victoria before they moved to Bury Interchange. And if you'd like to see more of this series, feel free to give it a comment down below. Feel free to also like and subscribe to the channel. I have been SimOnTrains. We're going to close out the shot now. We're a tram leaving Bury Interchange tram stop. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.